Let's go! I've got all the tech shit figured out this time, bud. Look, we're going to get in Proverbs 7 Bible study today. We're going to continue building the Lego a little bit later. We're going to talk about something that I've been thinking about, having to do with why a compass was invented before the clock. And then after that, because your boys done put in the work and figured out the daggone tech side of stuff. Oh, we gonna be able to react to some well, look, man, I don't think I got the daggone tech stuff figured out as much as I'd like to as much as I'd like to think. Hold on, maybe I can figure it out. Give me 1 second. All right. Yeah. He just wants you to click the right thing. Look at this. Hey, asking you shall receive. Look. Look at that. You know how long it took me to figure out how to get that there. Because look, if you're watching like on the shorts feed, it's here. But if you're watching on the big screen, look at us. Look at us. You need to keep your eyes on Jesus. Distracted faith. We're going to react to that. Might react to some other stuff too. I don't know. Look, let's get it off. Tell me that ain't clean. Let's go, dude. You don't understand how long it took your boy to figure that out. You don't understand. Sponsored by Dr. Pepper Zero. The best zero pop there is. You can at me on that. It is phenomenal. I don't care what you have to say about it. It's the best one. If you're going to get sparkling water flavored sparkling water, you can get the Fresca. Grapefruit citrus. Cheat code. Phenomenal. Love it. All right. Gosh, I'm hype. I missed y'all. Look, I'm going to even say something in the chat. Oh, hold on. If it allows me to. Hey, Smokey, you think you can go on so you don't unplug my computer? That'd be awesome. I'm sure you heard that fall. There we go. Because then it makes my screen darker. Verify. Let's try another way. Oh my gosh, 2-step verification. Everything. Excuse me. Please. Okay. Tap yes on my phone. My God. I mean, they want you to do everything. They want to know your daggone blood type. Just to log into something. Yes, it's me. There we are. Alright. So I'm going to put your say what up? If I could type. Boom, look at that. Dude, I mean, the tech is just teching today, man. Ha ha! Let's go. I love it. All right, let's get into it. Proverbs 7 this week. And if everything goes good this week, I'm not going to say tomorrow, but starting next week, we'll at least have one extra stream a week. As long as everything goes good here, because I've got to come back in with it, and then I've got to hit it with a, you know what I mean, editing and stuff, because I got to start pushing this John out there, so that way other people are, able to come and join the squad. You know what I'm saying? All right, Proverbs 7. Let's go ahead and get started. My son, keep my words and store up my commands within you. Keep my commands and you will live. Guard my teachings as the apple of your eye. Bind them on your fingers. Write them on the tablet of your heart. And already we getting into it to where I'm like wanting to dig in some more. So what do? Your boy pulls up E sword. That's all I'm doing. All I'm doing is pulling up E sword. Okay? You got to get this app. Because you can't just read the Bible. Sometimes you got to read the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Do you get what I'm saying? Do you hear me, man? Do you hear me? Let me stay in front of this freaking camera. Look, I'm just like, look, I just want to hit the switch one more time. Yeah. One more time. Come on. We're going to be like, tough, man. Tough. You don't understand how much blood, sweat, and tears went into figuring out how to do that. It is not as easy as you think it would be. It is nowhere near. It's way harder than it should be. All right. Proverbs 7. My son, keep my words and store up my commands within you. What is it talking about store up? It says, King James Version, now I'm on the eSword, okay? My son, keep my words and lay up my commandments with thee. Lay up. When I hear lay up, I mean, I'm just going to be honest with you. What I think when I hear lay up is like lay up in the bed. Like you laid up. You know what I mean? You laid up with old girl. That's what I think. So what does it really say? Lay up is a primitive root meaning to hide. By implication, to hoard or reserve. All right, so store up my commands within you. Hide them. Hoard them. Reserve them on the inside of you. Keep my commands and you will live. Okay? I'm going to be honest, dude. I'm so excited to get to the reaction part. It's been literally like a month and a half, you guys. I'm so excited. Keep my commands and you will live. Guard my teachings as the apple of your eye. Okay? So keep my commands as you will live. And you will live. What does it mean by and you will live? You know, so keep my commandments and live. That's how it says it in the KJV. A primitive root, to live, whether literally or figuratively. All right, so live, let's dig in even more. Definition behind live: exist, reside, remain alive. I like that definition, to remain alive. Keep my commands and you will remain alive. Meaning, dude, we're already alive. We have already been created to walk this earth with a godly light. You know? Meaning like that's the life. The life's coming out of us. We can't help but shine. We can't help but look different. We can't help but be different. Look, now, maybe I need to like turn my John down. Like, my voice is kind of loud. Because now I'm looking at all these controls, dude. Y'all don't even know. I feel like freaking Terminator looking at all these controls on the board right now. See, to y'all, it's just my pretty face. And God, that has to just be awesome to just look at me, you know? But then I can... dude, I can't. I can't, man. I can't. That is freaking sick. I mean, that's sick. All right. Look, I don't know if... Only thing I don't like about this, I don't know if anybody's watching. If anybody's watching, hey, say what up. Like I said in the chat, say what up. Don't be lame. Don't be lame. Tap in. Tap in. Tap in. Or tap in. Chat will pop up like right here. Looked like I was doing something dodgy under the table just then. I apologize. All right. But hey, we were just talking about to live. Keep my commands and you will remain alive. Guard my teachings as the apple of your eye. Has anyone ever heard that saying? I've heard. Tap it in. I mean, dude. I mean, Reef. She is the OG of all OGs. I mean, just absolutely holding it down. It's amazing. Reef, look. Hey, hold on. Oh, look at that. Yeah, your boy got some tech. It's high tech around here. It's high tech. We got crazy things coming this stream. It's going to be freaking fun, okay? I can't wait to get to the reaction part. Just because I've been waiting so long to do it. Only thing is, like, the chat's not popping up on the daggone screen here. It's like why? But, you know, I guess you can't win it all, you know? And I fixed it. I fixed it. Look at that. Look. Hold on, let me. She said, tapping in. Reef, I'm locked in, dude. Getting official up in here. That's hey. Look, let's see what it looks like when I switch over here. Hold on. Oh, hold on. We're gonna fix that. Because the chat's gonna pop up there too. Trust. Trust. It is there. You just can't really see it. Which, hey, I'll figure that out for next time. I'll figure that out for next time. Reef, I don't know. You might be watching it on what's it called? Um, like your phone. So if it's on your phone, the chat's already popping up like right here. But if you're watching it on desktop, or if you watch the replay of the live stream, chat's right here, right here. Which you can't see it because like my hand's off screen when it's in like the vertical layout, but like right over to the right of the screen, right? Yeah, to the right of the screen in the vertical sense. Words are gonna be popping up, dude. This is sick, dude. All right, let's keep going. And Reef, starting. As long as this stream continues to go good, girl. As long as it continues to go good, starting next week, I'm gonna promise you at least one more stream a week. I think I may just go ahead and go right into like 3, maybe 5 streams next week. I just gotta get the editing, down, so that way I can start pumping this John out to TikTok, to Facebook, to Instagram, to YouTube Shorts. That way I can start getting people in here. Look, burps brought to you by. You know what I'm saying? Hey, quit playing with him. Quit playing with him. Oh my God, that's the best zero pop. That is the best zero pop you can get. I mean, it really is. Dude, maybe it would look even better. Nah, let me just quit playing with it. We'll tinker around with it later, okay? Gosh, Reef, calm down. Chill. All right. I'm excited today, dude. I'm excited today. I'm going to turn down, because every time I'm talking, it's like, hey, ho, hey, ha, ha, ha. See, clipping. Ha, no. Ha, hey, hoo, hoo. All right. I hope that's not your first, first time seeing me. If I was doing out hooting and hollering, is the audio good? Is the audio good, Reef? Give me a 1. Give me a 1 if it's straight. I'm gonna have faith and trust that it is, because I know we're a little bit behind. There's a little bit of delay here. All right, let's continue on. Proverbs 7, verse 3. And like I gotta turn the daggone volume down a little bit on me, because it's like, dude, your boy's kind of loud. Could be a little louder, but it's good. Hey, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that now. See, this is all the way up, and it's like clipping all the time. Because when I start getting, see that right there, it goes in the red. So I'm gonna bring it down like right here. I'm gonna bring it down like right here. We should be good. All right, she said could be a little louder, but it's good. I'm just seeing it on the screen. I'm seeing, dude, this is sick. All right. Proverbs 7, verse 3. Bind them on your fingers. Write them on the tablet of your heart. And we're talking about the teachings. Oh, Solomon's good teachings. Yeah. Which, I mean, arguably can kind of be seen as God's teaching, because what did Solomon do? He was like, hey, your boy wants some wisdom. Like, I'll sacrifice like 1,000 cattle. Give me some wisdom. And God was like, you did not just say what I thought I heard you just say. And you did not just ask me for like possessions. You asked me for wisdom? My boy. That's how God is. That's how I imagine God would like talk to me. You know what I mean? Come here. What? Come here, boy. Dap me up. Yo. All right. All right, so he said bind. I'm wondering what bind means, so I'm on eSword. Um, yeah, that white screen is eSword, by the way. A primitive root to tie physically or mentally. Okay, so you're physically like attaching it to you. Bind them on your fingers. Now, why fingers? Is it saying that in the KJV? Bind them upon thy fingers. Excuse me. So I'm gonna look. See, that's sad, man. Siri starts popping up. That's how you know, like, you're alone a lot, because the person that I be talking to the most is Hey Siri. You know, it's Hey Siri. It is. All right, fingers from the same as. All right, so let's go from an unused root, meaning to dip, a dye, divers, colors. What? Bind them on your fingers, and we're talking about from an unused root, meaning to dip into coloring fluid. Yeah, let's just keep moving on. Proverbs 4. Say to wisdom, you are my sister. That's Reef. That's my sister. That's my sister from another mister. Yeah. All right. And to insight, you are my relative. You know, you're my relative. They will keep you from the adulterous woman. All right. Hey, there's adulteress. Are we talking about what we think we're talking about? I don't know. Let's look at this. Top of verse 5. That they may keep thee from the strange woman. What's strange mean? To turn aside. Look, this is why you got to read your Bible, man. This is why you can't just read it. You got to read it, man. You got to read it, you know. Because when I see adulterous woman, I'm immediately thinking prostitute, you know. Like, that's immediately where I go. Did I wear this exact shirt last stream? Oh, don't tell me I did that to myself. I hope. I wear other clothes. I just want that to be known, okay? I'm good. Like, I've got other clothes that I wear, you know. Okay. But I think adulteress, when I'm reading it, all right, we're talking about prostitute, but no. In the original text, it's meaning strange, and that strange word, what it translates into is to turn aside. And we talked about a couple live streams ago, that is the sin nature. Okay, so we're talking about sin nature. They will keep you from the adulterous woman. They will keep you from the sin nature, the nature of you that is of the world or the flesh, whatever we want to call it. I just said 5 different definitions for the same thing, essentially. Okay, man, I really wish those words were white. Not that I don't. Hey, not that I don't like black, bro. Whoa, I'm just saying, like. Which, Reef, I think you're watching it on the vertical. I think you are. If anybody watches the replay, I'm going to figure out how to have those to be white so they're going to be easier to see. I will. I will do that because I love y'all. And I want you to be able to feel connected. All right, but we're talking about these words, these teachings. If you bind them to yourself, and then it says on your fingers, talking about dye, like coloring, write them on the tablet of your heart. Oh, see? That's why you can't just move on that quick, Jude. Bind them on your fingers, and it was talking about like dipping your finger in dye, right? And then it moves on, write them on the tablet of your heart, talking about I've got dye on my finger, I can now write, okay? And we're doing it on my heart. On my heart? On my heart? Come on now. And then if you do these things, they will keep you from your sin nature. They will help keep you away from turning to the flesh. Because you're being so diligent. You're just being so diligent about going after, the good things. The good things in the world. And look, if y'all are joining, look, this ain't no preaching. We're just studying the Bible, man. We're just, hey, look at me as a a rusty iron block and you're coming in, maybe a slightly less rusty iron block, and we're just iron sharpening iron, baby. That's all we're doing. They will keep you from the adulterous woman. They will keep you from your sin nature, from the wayward woman with her seductive words. All right. From the stranger flattereth with her words. Just kind of reiterating on, like, man, it's easy to fall back into the world. It's easy to fall back and fall prey to your flesh because it's enticing. It feels good to do these things. It would be easy to do the right things if the bad things weren't so much fun. Yeah, I mean, I can relate to that. I relate to that. I do. Verse 6. At the window of my house, I looked down through the lattice. I saw among the simple. I noticed among... I feel like I just butchered that. Start from the 6. At the window of my house, I looked down through the lattice. I just feel like that's said so beautifully. I saw among the simple. I noticed among the young men a youth who had no sense. This dude was ignorant. He was going down the street near her corner. Now we are talking about that. Now this is like analogies. The Bible uses a lot of analogies, a lot of stories, a lot of synopses. Yeah. I've been in the dictionary. So we're talking about, like, they're using the adulterous woman. They're using the lust as the story. But if you look deeper into it, something I'm getting from it is he's going down the direction to where where his temptation is. He's going toward his temptation. This ignorant dude, this ignorant kid. Verse 9. At twilight, as the day was fading, as the dark of night set in. Okay, so why is that important? And I'm not even really looking into some of this stuff right now, but at twilight, as the day was fading, as the dark of night set in. Okay, why is that important? See, this is where my mind goes. Why is that important? Why does it matter? Gosh, that's just so good. Why does it matter what time of day it is? Does anyone know? Or, I mean, you don't even got to know. Do you feel like you have an inclination as to why? I'll tell you what I think. I think it's important because what happens at night? It is a natural, God-given ability to conceal and hide things in the dark. Things are less visible at night. Can we agree at that? Duh. Yeah, I mean, if you can't, I'm sorry, you're wrong. As the twilight of the day was fading, as the day was fading, as the dark of night set in. It's starting to get dark outside. He's heading toward he's heading down toward his temptation at a time when it's easy to conceal that. Or in a way, because he could have went all day, but he's doing it at this time because he's figured out a way to do it to where he can hide it, he can conceal it. He can do it in a way where other people aren't going to be able to see him, be able to, hold him accountable for his actions. I feel like that can be easily surmised here. I'm sorry, excuse me. Look, my aunt made me some phenomenal food, and I gorged myself. I did. And it was delicious, and I'd do it again. So, verse 10. Then out came a woman to meet him, dressed like a prostitute, and with crafty intent. Crafty intent. I'm thinking, what is that? All right, so KJV. And behold, there met him a woman with the attire of an harlot and subtle of heart. Subtle meaning to guard in a good sense, or a bad one, besieged, hidden thing. All right, so it's with crafty intent, and then it says subtle of heart. Okay. Also used very widely for the feelings, the will, and even the intellect. Likewise for the center of anything. Properly to be enclosed. Okay, so concealed ill will this prostitute held, which prostitute can easily mean I mean, you don't just prostitute out your body. You can prostitute out your ideas. You can prostitute out your energy. You can so prostitute. I'm feeling like right now when I'm reading it, the way it's speaking to me, this word, which this word can speak to you in many different ways. These same you can read the same chapter every day, and I promise you, if you really dig into it, you'll get something new out of it every time. Like for reals, it's kind of crazy. Like test me on it. I can just feel you typing now. Where was that? Verse 10. Dressed like a prostitute and with crafty intent. So, dressed in a way that would entice him and had crafty intent, had something hidden, ill will hidden underneath something that was tempting him. Verse 11. She is unruly and defiant. Her feet never stay at home. Now in the street, now in the squares, at every corner she lurks. This temptation is everywhere. It's crafty, it's unruly, it's defiant, it doesn't listen, doesn't play by the rules. It's always trying to find a way, it's always scheming, always trying to find a way in. If it can't come through the door, it'll come through the window. If it can't come through the window, it'll come in the chimney. If it can't come in the chimney, it'll go in the basement door. If it can't do that, it'll dig a hole. If it can't do that, it's going to blow a hole in the side of your house. Like, it's temptation, man. It's always going to keep trying to worm its way, weasel its way into you, into your life. And that's not something to be afraid of. That's just something to be aware of, to be wise of, because it's the truth. That's happening, and we can shield ourselves from it. We can weaponize or give ourselves weapons to be able to go after it. Newbie, what up? What up? Hey, are you on vertical? Like, did you find me on YouTube Shorts, or are you on am I on the desktop? Or maybe I'm on the TV. Look at all this room. All right. We're in verse 13. She took hold of him and kissed him, and with a brazen face she said, now, I just want to look and see what is the kiss I'm talking about here. So I'm going to open up eSword again and kissed him. So she caught him and kissed him. Caught. See, it didn't use that word here. That's why I like reading KJV sometimes. Can you be my friend? Hey, in this place, we're all friends. Big dog. We're all friends. This is a community for people looking for a place to feel welcome, you know. It's not church, it's not school, it's not work. It's the third place, you know. It's like the barber shop. It's the lunchtime at school or at work. You know what I'm saying? It's like the place where you still talk about real things, but you're chill with it, you know, and you just hang out. You're having a good time. So yes, you are welcome, my friend. Lock in, dude. Subscribe, bro. Subscribe right now. No, I'm playing. All right. But I like how it said she caught him, because in the Bible I'm reading, it says she took hold of him and kissed him. So she took hold of him, meaning she caught him. Caught translates into to fasten upon, hence to seize, be strong. Grabbed him. This dude went toward his temptation, and then the temptation grabbed hold of him. You know, like you know when you, like, at least I can relate. I go too far toward getting too close, you know, with my temptation, the things that tempt me, and then that John just grabbed hold of me sometimes, and I can't get away a lot of the time. I can't get away in my own strength. And then kissed. That's what was Like, what does that mean? Primitive root. To kiss, literally or figuratively. Also, to equip with weapons. Armed men rule kiss. Okay. Verse 14. Today I fulfilled my vows, and I have food from my fellowship offering at home. Dang! So I came out to meet you. I looked for you and have found you. I have covered my bed with colored linens from Egypt. I have perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon, which in those times were extremely expensive and signs of like endearment or wealth or riches. I just know that because I'm a pastor's son. You know. Look, I'm gonna go up with the table a little bit. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why I did that. Oh, shoot. So I came out to meet you. I looked for you and have found you. I've covered my bed. All right, yeah, yada yada, cinnamon. Verse 18. Come, let's drink deeply of love till morning. All right. Drink deeply of love. Yo, what are we talking about? Come, let us take our fill of love. Take our fill. To slake the thirst. To slake the thirst. That's what fills mean in here. Slake. What does that mean? Quench. Do it until I'm satisfied. Of love. Now, we can't be talking about love for real. Love is meaning here from an unused root, meaning properly to boil. That is, to love. By implication, a love token, lover. To boil. Let's define that. Bring to the boil, simmer, with reference to a liquid, reach or cause to reach. All right. I don't know. Figured I might get something from it. Deeply of love till morning. Let's enjoy ourselves with love. Why did it? Why is it reiterating that? I don't know. I just feel like there's a point to it. In KJV, verse 18, it says, Come, let us take our fill of love until the morning. Let us solace ourselves with loves. Solace ourselves. To leap for joy, that is, exalt. And what's that song? From meaning to tread out, thresh. Whatever. Let's keep moving. Verse 19, my husband is not at home. He has gone on a long journey. He took his purse filled with money and will not be home till full moon. Oof. Oof. With persuasive words, she led him astray. Now we're not talking about the story. We're talking about, this is songman talking here. Dr. Pepper, sponsor me. With persuasive words, she led him astray. So with persuasive words, even persuasive actions, how she dressed, where she was at, she knew where to find him. He knew where to find her. You know what I'm saying? She led him astray. She led him astray. I feel like astray is important here, so we're going to look at it. That is 21. With her much fair speech, she caused him to yield. Primitive root, to stretch or spread out. By implication, to bend away. Used in a great variety. All right, so astray is meaning to stretch or spread out. He's getting pulled thin, man. Getting pulled thin. Getting pulled one way by the right way, and she's pulling him the other way. Away from where he should be. Away from where he wants to go. This is good stuff. Verse 22. Or continue with verse 21. She seduced him with her smooth talk. All at once he followed her, like an ox going to the slaughter, like a deer stepping into a noose, till an arrow pierces his liver, like a bird darting into a snare, little knowing it will cost him his life. Now then, my sons, listen to me. Pay attention to what I say. Do not let your heart turn to her ways, or stray into her paths. Many are the victims she has brought down. Her slain are a mighty throng. Her house is a highway to the grave, leading down to the chambers of death. What are we talking about? Who's the she? Is the she a prostitute? No, because if you remember, wayward woman, or excuse me, adulterous woman, which is what we were talking about. They will keep you from the adulterous woman, okay? And then it keeps going on and on and on, talking about all this stuff here. We were talking about that means, I should say, to turn aside. Which, if you were here a couple streams ago, if not, go watch it. It's talking about the sin nature. Oh my God, I just about died. I went down the wrong way. It's talking about the flesh nature, the world, man. Leads you astray, takes you down the wrong path. And if you go down that way, there's a lot of graves, a lot of bad shit in that direction. So, pretty decent Bible study this time. Right around 40 minutes of Bible study. Smokey, come here. Come here. Good boy. What's wrong? You acting like you're going to pee in my house. You going to pee in the house? I hope not. That was a pretty good one, I thought. Thought it was pretty good. We're going to close that out. We're going to move in to build the Lego set. Now, this is where we're at. This is a couple streams worth. I'd like to at least build the rest of pack 1. There was 2 packs in this box. I'd like to at least build the rest of pack 1, but I don't know. There's a lot of stickers in this one, and I fat finger stickers, dude. So I don't know what it'll. Here's a good boy. Yeah, here's a good puppies. I don't know if I've got it in me. But while we're doing that, so this is the Lego in chat. Reef, I still haven't locked in a good one. I still. It's like Lego in chat. It's like build and chill. Hey, build and chill. That's pretty good. We're gonna build and chill, and we're gonna talk about. Do you know why? All right. Let me just say it like this. Do you know why a compass was invented before the clock? Do you know? Because if you don't know, now you know. You thought I was going to say it. Man, come on. You ain't going to dox me like that. Go on, Smoke. I had to pull up the Lego instructions. Excuse me. All right, here we go. How y'all doing? It's so nice in here. This is so cool. I'm pulling up the Lego instructions. It's loading. Build and chill is so cute. Build and chill. I think we found it. That's tough. I like build and chill. Man. Tapping in. She said tapping in. Reef, I love you, girl. I love you, girl. You are the real one. The MVP around here. All right. Let me get the instructions going here. Dude, and I just thought. See, it'd be cool. See, I just have ideas. And I'm going to say ideas because, I watch these back. It'd be cool, Jude, future Jude, if you could have the Lego instructions on the screen somewhere. I know eventually I am going to have, a second camera that gives me, a downward angle to where you can watch what my hands are doing. So it's not like you're just looking at me go. Trying to find pieces of Legos, you know. It gets kind of boring. I know, and I'm saying that because I watch it back, y'all. Lareef, I already know. Oh, you're going to be all nice and sweet about it. Okay, look. All right. Let's get the construcciones pulled up all the way. Build and chill. Build and chill. Alright. Dude, I promise you I'm not ripping ass in here. I'm wearing jeans and I'm in the seat, okay? I would never do that. Ever. Alright. Alright, yeah. Cool. Okay, so like we was saying, do you know why? I'm gonna give y'all like I'll give you 15 to 20 seconds. Why do you think the compass was invented before the clock? Okay? I'll give you 20 seconds now. Let's see what you got. Do what you want with your body. Zoobidoo, 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 zoobidoo. I'm now, yeah. Boom, 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 ow, boom, boom. All right. So I'm gonna tell you right now. Now, obviously, this isn't gonna be the I guess legitimate, historically correct answer, but I think it's because my girl Reef. I just had to wait a little bit longer. She said, "I have no clue." LOL. Aside from people use the sun and moon to navigate their days and didn't know a need for time. I don't know. Hey, you're pretty close. Look, it was kind of like a cool way of me, leading into kind of the topic that we're going to talk about tonight. The reason the compass was invented before the clock is it was always more important to know where you're going, the direction you're going in, than it is to know how long it took you to get there or when you're going to get there. So if you have a destination you're going to, it's more important to know that you're going toward that destination than it is to know what time you'll arrive. Bar, and that's kind of what I want to talk about, because in proper fashion for me right now, I just started streaming. I just started streaming. Like this is the 7th stream, so not even 2 months ago. Oh my gosh, dude. I just want to fucking get that and just inject it in my veins. God, it's good. But for me, now I've started in a lot of things. I've failed at a lot of things. I've failed businesses. I've started businesses and literally just didn't give them the amount of effort it needed for it to succeed. I've done a lot of stuff like that. And I was so hesitant to start doing this because in my world, I always put perfection above progression. Okay? Because what do we see on social media? Now, on social media, everything we see is... Here, let me get it right here. So in social media, everything we see is the perfect. It's the highlights. It's the wins, the successes. It's never the failures. And quite honestly, that is the part that we honestly might want to start celebrating. Why do I say that? Well, failure is the road. Failure is the road. It is the destination. You know, every freaking train track on or every step in the staircase to success is the failure of the last step. You know what I'm saying? Literally. Don't even really remember where I was going with that. But look at this. Like I said. Oh, I'm gonna be honest. It took me like all week to figure out how to get this. It took me like all week to figure out how to do that. So now, I'm kind of winging it with the topic here, but I think I got a good topic. I think I can get some good content out of this. Okay, I think we can get a good conversation going and flowing here. Okay, newbie, did you just say, "Can you be my friend?" and then dip on me, bruh? How you gonna do me like that, dude? I'm like, yeah, and then you just dip on me. Fake, fake friend, bro. Wow, what an idiot. um, but I do think that's a phenomenal analogy. I actually, to be completely honest with you, I seen someone talking about that on Instagram, and I was like, man, I like that. I like that concept. I like that idea because it does, man. But so often, we're always like that Ice Cube movie. Are we there yet? You know, are we there yet? Are we there yet? Are we there yet? How many times have you been like that in your life? Well, am I there yet? You know, am I there yet? Well, I'll be happy when. If you ever have that statement in your life, you've already failed, dude. You've already failed. If the basis of your happiness is determined on if you've reached something, you have never and will never experience real happiness. Happiness isn't an external thing, it's an internal thing. You don't arrive at happiness. Now, you can arrive at some joy, but you don't arrive at happiness. Okay? So, that was fire. That was an unintentional bar. That was pretty good. All right, look. Little update. Failure defined is the state of something not meeting desired expectation. Moral of the story, stop expecting, stop setting a bar that's lower than God's. Dude, let's read that again, y'all. My God. Reef is fire. D-Beef Reef needs to be starting to put out YouTube videos, and I'm going to tap in, and after this stream, you know what? Of course, that's the more complex than just simply never expecting anything ever again. Look, Debrief Reef. I will next stream. I'll give you a month. But if you don't have a video up in a month, I'm upset. 100,000 on my head is disrespect. So offended that I had to double check. Wow, I am riddled with ADHD. It's actually pretty bad. Yeah, we had to read that again. Look. Failure defined is the state of something not meeting a desired expectation. So the moral of the story, stop expecting. Stop setting a bar that's lower than God's. And that's crazy that you even said that, because my dad actually kind of had something about that a couple weeks ago. He sends a chat out or a text out pretty much every day, and he was talking about expectations and how expectations, we need to learn to not have expectations. Expect to be upset. I love that. I love that. Expect to be upset, man. That's the dude. I keep thinking that Drake song. 100,000 on my head is disrespect. So offended that I had to double check. I still haven't listened to his new album. Oh. Was it any good? Is it any good? I don't know. But that's so good, Reef. That's so good. Look, and just so you know, Debrief Reef, you are forever immortalized on my YouTube page because you don't see it on the vertical stream right now, but I see it on the horizontal stream. Everything you type, bro, it's just going right up on the screen, and it's going to be there forever. Yep. Yep. And I don't care how you feel about it. If you want the truth. Look, that's where we're at. It's the progress. Look at that little muffler on it, dude. You're right, though, Reef. We have to learn to not set expectations. Because really, an expectation is like, unless it's perfectly hit, like unless you perfectly meet your expectation, you don't exceed it, and you don't, like, you almost have to exceed it to feel anything. Because if you meet your expectation, then you're kind of like, oh, well, I figured. But if you don't meet it, then you're like, damn it, I didn't. And then if you exceed your expectation, that's the only time you really get anything. And how many times does that happen? How many times do we exceed our expectations? Like, I wouldn't think we do that a lot, you know? Like, I don't. I fail all the time. Like, I expect a certain result out of myself, and then I'm more often than not, like, kind of let down. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of like, well, another opportunity squandered. That's an inside joke. Oh, and now we're inside. That sounded, pause. All right. See, here we go with the stickers. I've got, God, dog. I've got to get this sticker out right here above my pointer finger. The Toyo tires. And I got to do it without fat fingering it. Reef, help me. All right. I got the sticker out. I've got to put it on this little block. Why? We did it. We did it. And there's always kind of the, or not always. It's like a filler thing I say. There's something I've heard, and it's, how does it go? It's talking about, like expectations and, well, I don't know. I don't remember. I just feel like that dog's gonna pee out there. It's nice when something exceeds expectations, but even in the context of people, we rob people or even ourselves of being their true selves, and we never give us or them a real chance to be loved and accepted again in their true form. It's simply not fair to ourselves or others to expect something specific. Yes. 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 I mean, I have literally nothing to add to that. That is phenomenally, very well put. Very well said. And I thought that'd be a cool topic for today, you know? Because putting a time frame, which if you guys are just here, we were talking about why was a compass invented before a clock, and it's like, well, It matters that you're going in the right direction towards your destination more than it does what time you get there. And then we got to the expectation part because it's like really all, well, am I there yet? How long is it going to take me to get there? Am I getting there at the same speed, quicker or slower than the guy over here? All that is just an expectation. And removing those really honestly hindrances, chains out of our lives can be nothing but helpful. Nothing but helpful. Does it really help at all to know, like, well, am I moving faster or slower than this guy over here? Maybe it gives you a little bit of dopamine because you feel better than somebody else. You know, which at the end of the day really isn't good. So, dude, show me a way that expectations help. The only way that you could do that, and it would be defining what an expectation is for a company. Because you can be like, well, my company has an expectation for me to do this type of work, and that type of work produces the result in which they want. Well, yeah, but that is what you call a standard. So there's a difference between a standard and an expectation. All right, we have to build one of them, and then put a little. Boop. Yeah. And then we're gonna put that right here. Kablam. Man. I bet she's gonna make me do that again. No way. Oh my goodness. All right. I've got to take this sticker out. R.I. mother friggin' P on that. Jinx. Oh, look what she said. Now standards. I think it's important to help. Oh, no shit. Now standards. I think it's important to hold others to standards, but don't expect them to reach them. Dang, great minds think alike. You know what I'm saying? All right. That's crazy that you said that. Like, actually. All right. Hold on. Let me get. I got to lock in to put this sticker on. Give me a second. Ooh, fuck with me. All right. And now we're going to put that down here. Right? Look at that. Look at that. Look at him. Fuck with me. Dude, again? Why? 18. You see, this is the time where it'd be so nice to have another camera, like top down, so you don't just watch me breathe as I'm trying to put a sticker on a extra small friggin' Lego. Look at that though. Clean. Clean. Look at it. Oh. Yeah. That's tough. That's tough. That's tough. Anything else though in the realm of compass and clock? See, what else could that mean? Oh, I felt like I almost had something. Did you just hear my back pop? Dang. You know the best, dude, the best back crack you could get is like the school chairs. Like the one specifically that was like wood table, right? And then it was like U shape and had like an arm that come back. It was like this, all right? So we're here. And then it come down, and then over, and then, whoop. You get what I'm saying? So you're sitting on it like arm right here, and then you swoop in, like you sit in it, but you'd push back, like you'd push back on that wood, and then you get that seat like right in the small of your back, and you'd push back on it. Oh my God. Like I kind of just want to like buy one of those desks just for that sole purpose, never sit in it or anything for any other reason other than to pop my back. Cause dude, I mean, your boy's 24 going on 25, but that back at least 65, at least. That back has back seen better days. All right, see, trying to find a Lego. And like, dude, even if y'all was over top, if I had an over top camera, y'all could be like, it's right there, dude. And if you had the directions too, look, the stream's improving though. Look, the stream's improving. You want to know how? Number one, we got the chat right there, and then number two. Dude, I just love it. I love it. All right. Dude, I can't find it, Reef. Anyone else in the chat? Anybody else that wants to be a friend and then dip on me? Let me do it like this. And then put the little doo-doo. There we go. What'd she say? Also, important concept because we can mispresent moments. Having goals is important, but getting lost in end goals can cause the process and present moments to crumble. Relationships, career, etc. Anything. 100%. Dude, and that's me all the time. And that's kind of where I was going to go with the time wise of it. So, like, you would use a compass to know if I'm going toward the destination. And what does that do? The compass allows you to look in the direction you're going and say, all right, if I continue taking the steps that I'm taking right now in this direction, I will reach my goal. I'll reach my destination. I'll get there. But when you bring in the clock aspect of it, yeah, when you bring in the clock, look, pause. I'm going to let this dog out. He's got to go pee. All right, you got to go to the restroom? Come on. Come on, dude. Bro, that is the most aggravating thing in the world. I don't know if anyone else has pets, but you know when your dog's like begging you to go outside and then he goes outside and he's just like sitting there looking at you? Dude, that is the most annoying thing ever of all time. Anyways, where was I at? I was talking about the compass. So, how do you use a compass? You pull the compass up, and then you're like, all right, north, south, east, west. Which is, I did it right. It's just backwards for y'all, okay? So you're looking at that, and you're saying, all right, which way am I facing? And it tells you if I go in this direction, and then what do you do after that? You start taking steps. So you're focusing on the steps in front of you. You're focusing on the end goal, but really all your focus is going down to, is this step I'm going to take taking me in the right direction to where I want to end up, right? What is the clock doing when it comes into it? It's adding all these other stipulations. The clock can represent time, yeah. It can represent expectations, yeah. It can represent, it's just a representation of everything else that muddies your mind and your decisions. When when really the only thing that matters when it comes to you reaching your destination is that you're facing the right way, that you're going to go the right direction, and that the step that you're about to take is taking you toward that place. Everything else is bullshit. Everything else is noise. The only thing that matters is goal or destination. I'm here. It's over there. Compass. which can be a compass, can be a community, a compass can be like a coach, a compass can be a YouTube video, like a how-to video. That's what your compass can be. And then it can tell you, hey, yep, if you keep going this way, you'll get there. And then all you do from that point is, all right, I know now, I have confidence, I have belief in the step that I'm about to take. I'm going to end up at my goal. I like how I just said that. I feel like that made a lot more sense than the way I was saying it. All right, so we're going to do the same thing that we just did over here. It's hard to orient this. Okay. All right, so we did this, and now we're going to do it here. So we just put that in. Now we got to put these pieces in, but we got to put the stickers on them pieces. And you know how I feel about stickers, man. I'm stressing. Needless to say, my dog did not pee whatsoever. And I love that. I love that for me. It's absolutely amazing. All right. So take sticker number 22 off. And which reef? I kind of come up with a name for, at least like I was looking into like, man, what is it that I'm trying to create when it comes to this community? Because it's like, I don't want it to be like a place where I'm teaching you. And I don't want it to be a place where you're just coming to literally like veg out, you know, and just consume stuff. I want it to kind of be both, you know. So it's like, I don't want it to be work. I don't want it to be school. I don't want it to be church. You know, I want it to be the third place. And actually, okay. So what I'm going to do is look. All right. So a third place is a social environment separate from your home and workplace. So those are your first two places. These are neutral, These are neutral, accessible spaces where people gather to relax, connect, and build community outside of the obligations of daily life. Yeah? Hey, which is like exactly what your boy was trying to do. So, thought that was pretty cool. Wanted to share that with you. Isn't that fire? Yes, love that. There's beauty in steady steps. Rushing can create anxiety and derailing. Thank God we have a compass in the first place. Yeah, facts. I love the third place. Perfect. See? But I didn't know, like, obviously my channel's that dude Jude. Because, like, I don't know. I don't think I'm going to change that. But, like, the community, the place, like, this is the third place. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the third place. And eventually, I'm going to make a school community. SKOOL. It's going to be a free community. And it's just going to be a place where we can come to before and after streams and, like, have places to talk about the stuff that we talk about. And where you guys can recommend stuff that I react to, or recommend, maybe we even do a book club or whatever. I'm just trying to figure out a way to make that community, and I think school will be a good place to do it. It's a really cool app. I've been in some really helpful communities actually in school. I was in one that kind of changed my life. And fuck it, story time. fuck it, story time. So, school, I've always been like super business minded, like always talked about business, just been intrigued by it, like entrepreneurial, I guess you could say. Now I am an electrician. That's my job. I actually just got into the IBEW. But there was a time when I had just graduated adult Votech, and I really wanted a job with this company called Mr. Sparky, which is kind of like a, well, not kind of, it's a chain. So it's a chain of like electrical companies that essentially sold their company. It's a big like chain of electrical companies, and I really wanted a job with them. Now I knew that place. You were a technician first, a salesman second. So like you'd go into the house and like figure out the problems, and then you're like, all right, so like this is what your problem is. You diagnose the problem, and then you're like, we can fix that. And then also like, hey, uh, there's some other stuff around here. So you do some upsells and stuff. So I was like, all right, because it was a company I wanted to work for, and so I got into this community that was sales. It was like sales based. Now the school community was uh, founded under Andy Elliott, which is like a massive salesman. He was like a really big car salesman, stuff like that. But anyways, got into that community, and it actually did like really, really, really change me. Um, just woke me up to a lot of stuff because I never had found somebody or a community where they were like, you can have it all. Like you can be in good shape, you can be on fire for God, you can make good money, you can have all these things. You don't just have to have one thing. And I had never really heard that anywhere. Um, they kind of brought you in, enticed you with, hey, you'll make a lot of money in sales if you learn how to do it here. But then you get in there, and then they're like, look, if you improve your life, if you really get better in every single area, naturally every other area will improve. So like that's something I truly believe in. It's faith, family, fitness, freedom in that order. So if I build everything around God, right? Faith is my pillar. Everything gets built around that. That's first. So I take care of my faith. I pour into my relationship with God, and then second, um, or faith, fitness. So I think I said it wrong earlier. So it's like fitness is more important than family. Yeah, because if I take care of myself physically and mentally, then I'll be able to pour into at a higher capacity in the other areas of my life. So if I'm right with God, if I'm right spiritually, then all these other areas are going to be even better for that. And then if I'm taking care of myself physically and mentally, all my other areas are going to be better for that. And then if my family cup is going to be faith, fitness, family, finances. Okay, so if my family's all good, if my relationships are on fire, if I'm being the best dad I can be, if I'm being the best friend I can be, if I'm being the best partner I can be, then finances, if all these other areas are on fire, I'm just fucking like, you're on fire as a human. Like you're so magnetic. You're on fire when you wake up. Like everyone has had those times where it's just like, dude, I can't, like I'm just doing great. And then finances, especially sales, because like you have, like there's no cap really. You can make however much you want. But also like if you're doing good in those areas and you're not in sales, like you're gonna be in a better mood at work. People are gonna want to be around you more. You're gonna do better work because you're in a better mood. You're healthier. You're able to produce more. You get what I'm saying? But anyways, yeah, that's how I found school, and really changed my life. And I kind of wanted to create a community where I can do that, but in my own way, you know. So yeah, I'm excited about that. And we did it. So look at that. Look at that. Tough. And I think that maybe. Nah, we can do a little bit more. Fuck it. Let's do a little bit more. So we kind of went off topic there a little bit. Is there anything else that we should talk about when it comes to a clock and a compass? A clock and a compass, man. I don't know if I've really got anything else. I think I said a good bit. You know? it's good to, I mean, just essentially, when everything's boiled down and everything comes down to it, it's like, dude, don't rush the process. Whenever you get there, you get there. If you keep moving in the right direction, you're gonna get there. Promise you that. And you're on God's timing. Now that doesn't mean be lackadaisical and don't take the steps. Don't continue moving in the right direction. Keep momentum about you. But don't be so focused on what that clock says that you forget to take a step, you know? And when you start focusing on the clock and not the compass, and then you look up and you've been taking 400, you've done took 400 steps in the wrong direction, you know? You started to veer off track, to be led astray. Hey, like it's saying in the Bible, man. Which I think is fire. A fire analogy. All right, I'll put these last two on there, and then we will call it good for today. All right. So here's where we got today. Looks like this is going to be like kind of the seating area of the car. And then, look at that. Look at that. The back's looking tough. We got a license plate on it. Florida. Look at that. Clean. Clean. We got pretty much all little pieces left. Look, there's the guy. All right. So we're going to get into the part that I've been pretty excited about. We're going to do the reaction part now. Bear with me. First time I've done this. So audio is definitely not good anyways. Like, because I'm just using the MacBook audio. But hey, man, we're improving. We're improving. You said I'll have to check out school. What's your next step that you'll be taking? Do you know yet? In any area of life? That's a good question. I think, well, when it comes to the stream, I've been trying to 1% better every time. 1% better. Trying to improve in one area, 1%. So for next stream, I mean, I'm moving toward and putting some more money into it to where I can have like a good mic and stuff like that. I'd like to have that for sure. But I don't think that's the next step. That might be a few more steps down the road. I do want to have a system. The Bible study, I've gotten that pretty good content wise. But the Lego, the build and chill section, I think I need to be better about having like talking points to kind of keep me on track. I think that will keep just be better content, because like something I'm keeping in mind as the creator of this show, the community, is like the replayability of this live stream. Like I want people to be able to come in and it be good, and I want to be able to repurpose these segments and them be like good videos, you know. So that's something I'm always kind of trying to think about. So that's definitely a step I'm gonna improve on. And also I'm gonna be working on editing. So if you want the truth, I'm just gonna put it into AI, and I'm not gonna be the dude that's doing all these crazy edits and everything. For the segments, I'm literally gonna make 2 cuts and put it in this AI thing called Gling, and I'm gonna have it cut out all the dead space and stuff like that. Post those as videos, and then put the entire live stream into something, and however many shorts it pops out for me, awesome. I'm gonna use Opus Clip and post those clips everywhere, because I know that's how you grow really anything. You got to get a bunch of content out to create a buzz. So I guess those are the steps, the immediate steps right now I'm thinking about when it comes to live streaming. In life, I'm going to continue on with the IBEW. I'm in a 4-year apprenticeship right now. So really just continuing on with that. my end goal, which I've already been talking to the company I'm working for right now, best company in my local. Lucked out and started with the best company in the local, so that's awesome. I'm wanting to. My end goal is I want to be an electrical estimator or a pre-construction manager. So with that, done talked to them and they said, "Yep, as soon as you finish the apprenticeship, come back to us and we'll see what we can do for you." So seems like I might have at least somewhat of an opportunity to get into the career that I'm wanting, which is freaking awesome. So just kind of continuing there. Actually, if you want the truth, like you're probably like, holy shit, like he really knows. That's right. I am goal driven, but every day. So apparently, everyone can move to. You can effectively and efficiently move toward 4 goals in your life at any given time at the same time. So with that knowledge, and I don't know where I heard that, and I don't know if it's true, but just sounded right to me. So with if that's what we're going with, um, so I've got reminders. I use the reminders app for Apple like crazy, and every morning at 6:30 in the morning, it pops up where I've got to check your goals, and I have my goals wrote out. Goal number 1 is I want to get a house. I want to buy a house. Goal number 2 is a junior estimator, which is the electrical estimator or whatever that I was just explaining. Number 3 is streaming, and number 4 is health. So in those, I have SMART goals. Okay, so how to write your goals out. Have a goal, okay, and then be specific. Is your goal specific? Okay, is it measurable? Is it attainable? Is it relevant? And is it time based? SMART, SMART. Okay, specific, measurable, attainable, SMA, relevant, and time based. Okay, so I gave you my specific goals, and then this is the rest of them. So I have one like house, and then for number 1, I want to be debt free by August 16th, which that's why I sold my car. Got another car with that money, and then paid off a bunch of debt with the leftover. Um, and then number 2, give resume to union contractors. I'm not going to go through all of them, but yeah. So at any given time, I kind of know the direction I need to go, and I can kind of do a heart check every single day to keep it front of mind. Like, all right, this is why I'm doing the things I'm doing. This is why I'm going the direction I'm going, and then just keep going that way. So thank you for asking, though. Do you have any goals, Reef, that you're working towards in your life? And what is the immediate step for that goal? And let me know if SMART goals was like new to you, because that's something that really helped me with getting goals. And then another thing you can do, which I haven't done it in a while, but write them on your mirror. Put them in as many places as you can. Now everyone's on their phone, so I have it every day, 6:30 in the morning. Makes a little noise on my phone, and then it sits there. Got to look at it. So it keeps them goals front of mind. Keeps them front of mind. You said great goals, and you're taking intentional steps. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You know it. All right. Yeah. All right. So we're gonna get into it. I hope this works. Now, the only thing is, I ain't got it to where I'll have to pop back and forth between this and the chat every once in a while just to see if anything's going on. But you guys don't care. All right. So, obviously, let's see. Whoa. You need to keep your eyes on Jesus. Distracted faith. Let's get into it. I promise you I haven't watched it. All right, let's go.
Put your eyes on Christ, not on the newspapers, not on the television screens for your hope. Your hope is in Christ.
Bro, I'm telling you right now, you can add like reverb and some like piano backlight to anything, and it just immediately sounds motivational. Like, why?
The one that has made the promise that his kingdom is going to ultimately prevail. And Jesus is in heaven now where? He's preparing a place for us, the scripture says. And Christ is going to come like a flash of lightning. And for you that know him, it's something to anticipate. Many of us...
Dude, the color grading in this video is fire. Bro's creative.
Are so taken up with this world and the pleasures and the sensualities of this world and the money that we make and the lifestyle.
Never heard of this guy, by the way.
We hold on as long as we can. But for all of you, the world and the lust thereof is going to pass away. But he that does...
Reef, is the audio good? Is the audio good? Give me a 1.
The will of God shall abide forever.
All right, y'all, we're going to get straight into it. Obviously, you've seen the title. Today, we're going to focus on keeping our eyes on the Lord. And I hope you're all doing well and having a blessed week. And I'm thankful.
Yo, that's crazy. I didn't even intend, and I'm coming back to see the chat. She said audio's good. All right, bet. I didn't even intend for, like, this to line up with the compass. But, dude, this lines up a lot with what I was already talking about. It's crazy, dude.
Guys started praying for me. I'm praying for you guys as well. We are always growing and stronger together. And another thing I wanted to emphasize is that, like, whenever you watch these videos, I don't just want you to like think that, oh, I'm getting a word, I'm just here to check out this video, but I want you to make a conscious decision to seek Jesus, to seek Christ above all else. I want you to watch these videos.
Dude, that's so, dude, that's so good. I was actually thinking, literally while I was taking a shower today, and don't tell me, don't ask me why, but I was thinking, like, man, it's almost like I don't care if you read the Bible at all, but if you have a relationship with God, that is so much more important than how much Bible you know. Like, dude, get a relationship with God, talk with God, because what was these motherfuckers doing when they was watching anyways, or watching, like in the Bible that we're reading, like Abraham, Isaac, all them, they wasn't reading nothing. They was talking with God. They had a relationship with him.
Even with the burning desire and a passion for Christ. At the end of the day, I'm just a person that God is using to spread his word. I'm nothing but a tool and an instrument for the kingdom of God. But you have to make a conscious decision for yourself to be like, man, I got to seek for God for myself. I got to have this passion, this desire to read my word, to pray, to seek the Lord. The number one goal is for us to grow beyond the basic, to grow in our passion, in our relationship with the Lord. I'm just here to share what the Lord has taught me and what the Lord has brought me through. This brings it.
Dude, my man's spitting, and it's blurring out the screen like that because I'm coming back to check on the chat. I apologize. I'll shut up. My fault.
This is what I wanted to talk about today, which is keeping your eyes on the Lord. Nowadays, I feel like there is so much distraction in this world, and we get easily influenced and easily distracted by certain things that do not matter. We are turning our heads, looking at other things than focusing on Christ.
Dude, what? It's crazy. You can't tell me that's not God. That I've had this because I've been building a folder of like what I'm gonna react to. Since this is stream 7, so I've streamed 7 weeks in a row. For 7 weeks, I've been building this. This is the first video in it that I clicked on. The first one that I put into the folder. And it's exactly what we was talking about. Why the compass was more important than the clock. Why it was invented before the clock was, which probably not literally, but because it matters more the direction and where your focus is at. And it matters more, it's more important for your focus to be on the direction in which you're going than your focus to be on how quickly you're getting there.
So much of life's worries keeps us from getting in the presence of God. So much of life's struggles keeps us from getting in the presence of God. And we don't realize that it's so dangerous, especially in the times that we're living in now. We are living in times where it is crucial for us to keep our lamps burning. But a lot of us have been sleeping. A lot of us have been drifting away. A lot of us have been distracted.
where it is crucial for us. Look, and I gotta stand up. I'm tired of sitting. But what did he say right there? And I'm gonna freaking rewind it a little bit as soon as I get the. There we go. Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Let me check on the camera. We still good? We still good? Is it clean? Is it clean? Here, let's move it down a little bit. Boom. Fire. I'm gonna rewind it a little bit because he said something right there that
in the times that we're living in now. We are living in times where it is crucial for us to keep our lamps burning. But a lot of us have been
where it is crucial for us to keep our lamps burning. What does a lamp do, bro? All right, so let's just think about this for a second. If we're at, you use a lamp to light a path, okay? And my dad tells me this all the time, and I'm going to butcher it the way he says it, but I'm going to say it my way. And fuck him. So there's at night, you're going to use a lamp to light your path, okay? When you have a lamp, can you see 3 miles in front of you because of that lamp? No, of course not. When you have a lamp, it lights maybe, like if you have a really powerful lamp, like a firelit one is what I'm thinking, like one that's like fire, literally. It's maybe giving you like 15, maybe 20, 25 steps that you can see in front of you. You get what I'm saying? But it's keeping your focus on the immediate steps in front of you. You can still see the path in which is taking you to your destination, but it's keeping your focus on the steps that's in front of you. That's what I got.
Sleeping. A lot of us have been drifting away. A lot of us have been distracted by other things that are going on in the world, that are going on in your life, not realizing that Jesus is coming back soon. Not realizing that the Lord is not coming back for a fake bride, that the Lord is not coming back for a weak bride. He's coming back for a bride that is burning with passion for him, a bride that is burning with
I will say I'm not really in agreement that God is coming back soon. That's something I feel arrogant saying because number one, it says that no one will know the time or the day in the Bible, and number two, it's like how many times in history have we thought, oh, God's coming back? And I mean, I don't think we're in as dark of times as the Dark Ages, right? And I bet you them people were saying the same thing. You get what I'm saying? So it's the only thing I'm not in agreement with so far.
Zeal for him, a bride that is burning with holiness for him. We gotta get out of our heads thinking everything revolves around us, thinking our problems are too big for God, thinking our problems are the end-all be-all of everything that is going on. We are too distracted by the things of the world.
Which is so fire. He just said something about problems. How often... And I keep taking it back to the compass and the clock. But the clock just represents like letting your focus get on the wrong things, because and I use it in the analogy of the how fast you're getting somewhere. But your problems are in my life, dude. How often have I been in a situation where I've let the problem consume me to where that is my entire focus? I'm not even thinking about, like, it took me so long to start streaming because of the fear behind streaming. I was worried about the technical issues, which I've had anyways, but I continue to do it, or how people might react to it, or whatever. And you get so wrapped up in overthinking about all these different problems that can happen, and it's hindering you and preventing you from doing what actually matters, which is taking a step toward the destination. Bro, it's called a failure to launch. Don't be a failure to launch. I'm coming to check on the chat. What y'all saying? Nothing? All right, bet.
We're too distracted by the things that are outside, things that don't matter. I've realized whenever my eyes are away from God, my thoughts become unhealthy. My mind becomes unhealthy. My perception becomes unhealthy. First, we're going to talk about keeping our eyes on the Lord pertaining to trials and the struggles and things that we go through in life. Early on, it was very hard for me to keep my eyes on the Lord because I felt like I always needed to be kind of in control somehow. So even when trials would come, I would struggle with letting God fix my problems and trying to figure it out on my own. I'm a big overthinker, and
which, by the way, is how God created us. God didn't create us to not be dependent on Him. He created us to be dependent on Him. But the enemy lies to us, and the world lies to us and tells us if you have to depend on something or someone, then it is a form of weakness, which it can be if it's like a vice, like something bad. But we were created for relationships. We were created to lean on other people and to lean on God.
I question a lot. I question a lot of things in my mind. So when things would come up, trials would hit, I would question whether God is there with me. I would question my circumstance. I would question my situation because I wasn't really focused on the Lord. I was focused on my circumstance. I was focused on the problem at hand instead of focusing on Jesus. And when stuff like that happens, you start to see things falling apart, breaking down, getting worse, and becoming a mess. And you tend to want to control the outcome. And this was the problem for me, was because I was picking and choosing what things to trust God in. I was picking and choosing when I will look to God and when I will not look to God. When in reality, the Lord calls us to look to Him in all of our ways. The Bible says, in all of your ways, acknowledge Him. But I wasn't doing that. And this could be for you too. There are things in your life that God...
Hold on, I'm going back.
Will not look to God. When in reality, the Lord calls us to look to Him in all of our ways. The Bible says, in all of your ways, acknowledge Him.
In all of your ways, acknowledge Him. What does that even mean, dude? Holy crap. I mean, that is powerful stuff right there. In all of your ways, acknowledge Him. In the way you speak, in the way you dress, in the way you act, in the way you treat other people, in the way you drive. In all of your ways, acknowledge Him. That's what being the light of the world is.
And this could be for you too. There are things in your life that God is asking full control of. And He needs you to be able to look to Him at all times. He needs you to be able to trust Him at all times. But that starts with you making a conscious decision that God will be the one you lean on. That the Lord will be the one that you place your head on. A perfect example of taking your eyes off of Jesus is in Matthew 14, where Jesus is walking on water and Peter calls out to Him. And the reason I love this example so much is not just because of what happened to Peter, but it's the interaction that happened between Peter and Jesus. Matthew 14:22. Immediately, Jesus made the disciples get onto the boat and go on ahead of Him to the other side while He dismissed the crowd. After He dismissed them, He went up on a mountainside by Himself to pray. Later,
dude, which I have spoke about at least a couple times on the stream alone. This is one of my favorite things, and one of the things I'm immediately working on in my life is setting a rhythm of rest. Because after or before God did some of His biggest miracles, or Jesus, same thing, you can always see that Jesus withdrew and He went and prayed. He had a rhythm of rest, and rest isn't something that you earn, which a lot of people fuck up. Because what is the thing that we do? What's the first thing that we did with God? Is we rested. It's the first thing that we did with God. Look at Genesis. So from rest is what comes everything else. Rest isn't something you get because you earned it, which has been because of the world that we think that. You don't earn rest.
that night, He was there alone, and the boat was already a considerable distance from the land, but fettered by the waves because the wind was against it. Shortly before dawn, Jesus went out to them, walking on the lake. When the disciples saw Him walking on the lake, they were terrified. "It's a ghost," they said, and cried out in fear. But Jesus immediately...
Hey, man, I'm telling you right now, I see someone walking on the water, I'm going to have the same reaction, bro.
said to them,
You can't tell me. You see someone walking on the water, I don't care if you knew it was Jesus or not, dude. Like, it's going to be kind of freaky, dude. I mean, come on.
"Take courage. It is I. Don't be afraid." "Lord, if it's you," Peter replied, "tell me to come onto the water." "Come," He said. Then Peter got down out of the boat, walked on water, and came towards Jesus. But when he saw the wind, he was afraid and beginning to sink.
When he saw the wind. and when he saw the wind, and I'm sorry. Yeah, we're gonna have to look that up. When he saw the wind in Matthew meaning. Can't type. When it says Peter saw the wind boisterous strong, it refers to a moment of panic and lost faith. All right, so that's chapter 14, verse 30. And look, I'm just going to pull up eSword right quick, okay? Because this is good stuff. And I'll take it out of this just for a second. Still struggling to lean on God and others 100%. I've always had to do it on my own or be the one others lean on. Good stuff. Yeah, amazing stuff. Look, I'm going to go to eSword. Because I'm thinking like, saw the wind. How do you see the wind? So I'm just feeling like, dude, there's something to that. And I want to know what it is. So 14:30. Okay, we're here. But when he saw the wind, saw, to look at, behold, and what is wind here? From the base, from to breathe unconsciously, that is, respire, by analogy, to blow air. I don't know. I'm going to have to dig on that a little bit here after stream. I just feel like there's something there, y'all.
Cried out, Lord, save me. Immediately, Jesus reached out his hand, caught him. You of little faith, he said, why did you doubt? When they were in fear, not knowing who it was, Jesus stepped in to reassure them that it was him, telling them to take courage. Peter in faith says, Lord, if it's you, ask me to come on the water. And Peter in faith got down, walking towards Jesus. It never said he walked and started to walk around. No, it says walking towards Jesus. Verse 30, but when he saw the wind, he was afraid. When he saw the wind, when he saw the storm, when he saw the trials, when he saw the circumstance, he was afraid. And he began to sink and cried out, Lord,
dude, this is good.
Save me.
Look at this.
Lord, save me.
Visions M. Oh my God. Get out of here.
A lot of people take this verse and just look at it as Peter being distracted of the wind. Obviously, we could see that, right? He took his eyes off of the Lord and he was distracted by the wind, by the circumstance, and he began to sink. But I want to elaborate on something too as well, because when he sank...
Dude, by the way, oh my God. I just switched it. I was watching the video and I didn't switch it back. My fault. My fault. Look, I'll rewind it for y'all. My bad.
Jesus. It never said he walked and started to walk around. No. It says walking towards Jesus. Verse 30. But when he saw the wind, he was afraid. When he saw the wind, when he saw the storm, when he saw the trials, when he saw the circumstance, he was afraid. And he began to sink and cried out, Lord, save me. Lord, save me.
That was, dude. So he seen that there was, his focus shifted from the man walking on the water to the amazing and the glorifying, terrifying feat of just impossibility in front of him. And he started looking at all the reasons as to why he couldn't do what his creator was doing. His creator asked him to come out, step out of the boat, and do as what I created you in my image to do as well. And he was doing it, and then he started seeing all the reasons as to why he is not allowed, why he's not worthy, why he's not already created in that image, why he's not able to do what God is telling us we're able to do, and He's called us to do. And that's when he starts falling. And then he kicks into dependability. I'm not weak. It's not weak for me to call out for God. In that is my strength.
A lot of people take this verse and just look at it as Peter being distracted of the wind. Obviously, we could see that, right? He took his eyes off of the Lord and he was distracted by the wind, by the circumstance, and he began to sink. But I want to elaborate on something too as well, because when he sank, who did he cry out to? He cried out to the Lord. Yes, the main part is he took his eyes off of the Lord and he began to sink. But as he fell, as he sunk, he also looked at the Lord for help. He didn't look at money. He didn't look at nobody else on the boat. He didn't look at anything else.
That's
but he
good.
looked at Jesus to save him. It is important for us to keep our eyes on the Lord regardless. No matter if you fall, no matter if you sinned, regardless of if you fall, ask the Lord to save you. Ask the Lord for his hand. Work is not going to save you. Money is not going to save you. Your mom is not going to save you.
That's why if you experience life right now and you have an empty feeling in you and you're going to all these external things, I'm telling you, it's not external what you're missing. What you're missing is internal. Because God lives on the inside of us.
Your friends are not going to save you. When you're in a dire need, when you have sunk in deep waters, who are you going to call? Who are you going to look to? If we can't even look to God when we're good, when we're in a good situation, when everything's going well, we can't even look at God. What happens when we're sinking? Now you want to call the Lord when you're sinking, when you're falling? Now you want to look at God? At all times, let's keep our eyes and focus on the Lord. And the crazy thing is, a lot of people are not going to want to hear this part because they love the world. They love to gain for the world. You would rather me talk about how you can gain in this world than an eternal life. How you can prosper in this world rather than keeping your lamps burning for the return of Christ. Hebrews 12:2 says, therefore, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles, and let us run with perseverance.
I wholeheartedly believe that we're meant to bring heaven to earth. I don't think we're supposed to. I don't think it was in God's creation or design for us to wait until heaven to experience the miracles. I believe we're supposed to bring that to earth, and that's what he called us to do.
The race marked out before us, fixing our eyes on Jesus, fixing our eyes on Jesus, the pioneer, the perfecter of faith. For the joy set before him, he endured the cross. He endured the cross, scorning its shame, and sat down at the right hand of the throne of God. Consider him who endured such opposition from sinners so that you will not grow weary and lose heart. First thing to mention is that Christ died for us, to save us, to redeem us, to make us blameless in the sight of the Lord. That is something we always have to remember, that Christ suffered shame. Christ endured suffering for us, sinners. That is one way to keep your eyes on God. Always remember what the Lord has done for you. Always remembering that God saved you.
Which is a good point. Something I wish I would have held on to and I deleted them. I don't remember if it was on accident or not. But I used to always write down and keep the words I felt like I got from God and the things people prophesied over me. I would always keep them written down. And in moments of weakness, man, I would go and look at that and it would give me encouragement because I'm reading the things that was spoken over me. So that's 100%. Like,
God saved you. He saved you. Is that a daily reminder for us? Every single day, is that a daily reminder that, man, the Lord has actually saved me. I am good now. I am sealed with the Holy Spirit. Is that a daily reminder for you? Because that is one way of remembering and keeping your eyes on Christ. But are we constantly reminding ourselves that God has done that for us?
Imagine being able to build anything just
I'm
by
asleep.
thinking about it. Meet Base 44.
that Joe Momo.
Or not? We wake up daily, every single day, with other things, distractions, other things on our minds, not even remembering what Christ has done for us. And then you grow selfish when God doesn't do anything for you. You grow selfish.
Hold on, let me check chat. Y'all got anything? I think of that constantly. I see so many unsatisfied and always chasing more. Shit. Brief, my bad. I think of that constantly. I see so many unsatisfied and always chasing more because they're unhappy. And if they only knew, I'm guilty of it too sometimes. Facts. If you only freaking knew what you were missing, like, and the crazy thing is because you have to keep chasing it out. You have to keep seeking it out, and the more you do, the more it comes out of you. And what I'm talking about is seeking out the presence of God. Like, when you're doing this stuff, I promise you, like, please, out of anything I ever tell you, please test me on this. Like, I'm telling you, dude.
When things don't go your way. Forgetting that it is only by grace that we are here. It is only by grace that we have the breath of life. And I want to read this in Luke 12, which is a perfect representation of the watchfulness that God is urging us to have. Verse 35, be dressed, ready for service, and keep your lamps burning, like a servant waiting for their master to return from a wedding banquet, so that when he comes and knocks, they can immediately open the door for him. It will be good for those servants whose master finds him watching when he comes. Truly, I tell you, he will dress himself to serve. Will have them recline at the table and will come and wait on them. It will be good for those servants whose master finds them ready, even if he comes in.
It's almost kind of like early bird gets the worm. Not that you're going to get blessed any differently. It's just that, like, the more that you test God, I'm telling you, the more that I test God, the more that, and what I mean by test is like, the more that I pursue him, the more he pursues me. And I did say that in Proverbs. I think it was like chapter 1 or 2. Go back and watch the stream.
In the middle of the night, towards daybreak. But understand this, if the owner of the house had known at what hour the thief was coming, he would not have let his house be broken into. You must also be ready, because the Son of Man will come at an hour when you don't expect him. The Word of God says, be dressed and ready for service, and keep your lamps burning, like a servant waiting for their master to return from a wedding banquet. Are we dressed and ready, waiting on the Lord's return? Are we getting in prayer? Are we seeking the Lord? Are we serving others? Are we loving others? We love to cry out to God, Lord, save us, Lord, do this for us, Lord, do this for us. But we're not even prioritizing his presence at this moment. The Lord is not coming back for a weak bride. The Lord is not coming back for a mediocre bride. He's coming back for those that will worship him in spirit, as the Bible says. Those that will be on fire, burning for him, a zeal for him. Where's that passion that we have for other things? Where's that passion? Why can't we have that passion for Christ, for the Lord? Being watchful in service, burning with the passion and the fire of the Holy Spirit, keeping your eyes on the Lord, keeping your eyes on the Lord's return. Like I said before, there's so much distraction that it's keeping us away from the things that God needs us to do. And we don't realize just how much focusing on our work.
I heard someone say, the devil's number one mission isn't to kill you, it's to keep you comfortable. Because when you're comfortable, you're not ever, like his number one goal is to keep you from realizing who you really are. Because someone who really knows their identity in God is a motherfucking problem. They're a problem. And the devil knows it. And when you start on that walk, that is when, like, if the devil ain't attacking you, dude, you're his favorite person on it. Like, dude, don't be the devil's favorite. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want him coming at me with everything he's got. Now, God be with me, and he is with me, because, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's his number one goal. It's just to keep you comfortable. It's to keep us distracted. And it reminds me of something that, like, someone in Rome said, keep them fed and keep them entertained, and they'll never revolt. You know? And you can kind of see that. Like, what do the Knicks players do? Or the Knicks fans do? You know? they'll revolt and they'll tear their city up because their team won the championship. But I mean, we know what's going on in America. Crickets.
Worries and on our problems takes us away from the thing that God needs us to focus on. 1 Peter 5:8 says, "Be alert and of sober mind. Your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion, looking for someone to devour. Resist him, standing firm in faith." Distraction is going to be a downfall for a lot of people. Not being sober-minded, not being attentive, not being watchful of the things that are going on, not getting in prayer, not truly seeking God with all of your heart. This should encourage you. This should fill you with joy that I get to participate and be ready for the Lord to come back. This should encourage, this should invoke such a rejoicing spirit within you that, man, the Lord.
What invigorates me is that I can be a tool in the grand plan and used in a way to bring heaven to earth. I can be a person that people want to be around. I want to live a life that is so full and so amazing and with such grace and kindness that other people ask me, strangers ask me, "Man, what's your secret?" Like Abraham did. You know, that's what fires me up. I'm coming to check on chat. I'm coming. What my girl say? She said, even people who have it all, if they only knew what they're missing. Shoot, he be drilling me lately. I'm anything but uncomfortable right now. I'm trying to make moves now. Oh, Reeve, you fucking kill me, girl. Oh, shit.
But it's coming back, that I gotta be ready. I gotta be prepared. But a lot of us are so indoctrinated with the things of the world. We're so captivated by the distractions of the world, we're not even realizing what the word of God is saying. We're not getting in the presence of God. We're not getting in our prayer closet and we're realizing, man, I don't have the fire for God. I don't have that zeal, because you're not submitting yourself in the presence of God. Keep your eyes on Christ. Keep your eyes watchful. Away from Christ is death. Away from Christ is death. No matter how hard it might be, yes, the Lord understands that. But he has called us to this.
There's something I said last stream. Creators don't focus on what's missing. Creators focus on what they can add. And my dad, he brought that up to me today. He was like, "Man, was that just solely God, or did you hear that somewhere?" And that was from God. And I think that rings true today as well. So I just wanted to say it again. Creators don't focus, and we're all creators. Creators don't focus on what's missing. Creators focus on what they can add. Approach life with that heart.
He has called us to this. So you can't sit there and just whine and just want to be weak. No. Give your burdens to Christ. The Bible says, "Come to me, all who are weary and broken, heavy-hearted." Seek the Lord. Look to Christ. Don't look anywhere else. Look to God. I hope this message greatly blessed you. Thank you for watching all the way through.
Dude, W video. Let's leave him a like. This is the creator right here, Visions M. Let's go check his channel out. Go give dude a follow. Check him out. Christ is risen. Tough. Alright. Now. Dude, W stream. I think that went pretty good. I don't think there was a lot of hiccups tech-wise. I think that went pretty good. What are we thinking, Reef? Which, let me see. I don't know if there's a way I can tell if there's, like, other people. I don't know how to tell how many people's in chat, if there even is anybody, but yeah. If there even is anybody, but oh no. I think I may have found a tech problem. But the clock just represents like no. I think even on the desktop version, it was vertical. Which I guess that's fine. I guess that's fine. You know, I guess it's fine. But I was hoping that the horizontal would be there on the desktop and stuff. At least that's how I was trying to have it set up. But whatevs. Well, we'll be back next Monday. Hopefully, as long as I can figure out the hiccups that happened through this, we gonna have more streams. I love y'all. I'll catch y'all on the flippity flip flop.